Welcome back to Just Scribble. The last week of February, Chic Sparrow launched 2 new designs, a B6 Slim Folio and a cascading pocket design that is available in their Huckleberry Creme leather. And they also launched 5 new leather colors. They launched 2 new colors in Tea House, Americano and Chai. They launched 1 new color in Waypoint, which is Roadrunner. They launched a new color in the Austin collection, Colonel Brandon, and its counterpart in the Hemingway collection, which is Julian Alps. And I placed orders on both launch days. My B6 Slim Folio is on its way, and I will be doing an unboxing soon on that. And that is what I am most excited about because I have been begging Jennifer for a B6 Slim Folio for so long. But I did also order some of the new colors in my favorite size Passport, and I wanted to unbox those with you and also do some color comparisons because some of these colors are a little bit different and people aren't really sure what to expect from them, and they also really aren't sure how different they're going to be from existing colors, and so I wanted to share that with you. So I've already cut open the box, and I'm going to open this up and take out my order. So in here we have our normal card that talks about care of your leather and the natural variations in your leather. And we have my sample and my sticker. This is the beautiful sticker that they're giving away right now, which actually has Jennifer sitting there with her little coffee collar and her toad and her TN in Spokane. And I'm super excited to have that. So I'm going to start actually with this because this is my leather sample. I opted not to purchase a Colonel Brandon because green isn't really my color, but I did want to get a sample of it just so that I could show you guys what the color looked like and compare it to a few other leathers to give you an idea. So this is Colonel Brandon. It can be a slightly darker version like this piece right here, or even a lighter color like the wrinkles that you see in this sample piece. It will have some pull-up, as you can see right there. See how it kind of gets this acid green fun color? It really is a gorgeous green. If green was my color, I would definitely be buying this. It is the Austin leather, so it is veg tan, so it will darken and patina with light exposure and also with use, and it has a nice pretty sheen on it. This piece is very soft and pliable. Some of them will be firmer and more structured, but they will soften with use. But it is an olive army green color, so I wanted to show it in comparison to Fergus. So this is Outlander Fergus, which is kind of in a golden color, but it has kind of green undertones to it. To me, it looks like a 1970s appliance, or kind of a mixture of, you know, that Harvest Gold appliance that they had and the avocado, kind of like it's blended together. But by itself, it looks like that. When it's next to Colonel Brandon, this is your Harvest Gold appliance from the 70s, and this is your avocado green appliance from the 70s. That's what it reminds me of, at least. But you can see they are very, very different. This is green. Even the pull-up, even if you get a lighter hide that looks like this, and some of them have been much, much lighter because they have had that lighter color in them that pops up, it is still definitely green, a more olive green than Fergus. So that is a comparison to it and Fergus. This is a comparison to it and chamomile. As you can see, chamomile is very yellow and this is very green, even if you got that light color. So that was a comparison of it to chamomile, just to show you that it is not yellow. This is a comparison to it and Outlander brown coat, only because this brown coat does have some green undertones to it, but you can definitely tell that it is green. This is a comparison to Darcy Martini, which is a retired color, and the Colonel Brandon. So the Darcy Martini was a very bright kind of grassy green, spring green color, and this is a very army olive green color. This is a comparison to Matcha, which is in the Tea House collection, which is a very dark green. does have some pull up of lighter color, but not as dramatic as this. And then this is Outlander Highland green, which to me reminds me of the Wizard of Oz always, because it just reminds me of the witch. But you can see that even the pull up on that, which is a very vibrant green color, is very different from the pull up and the color of Colonel Brandon. This really is a phenomenal color. So I'm very excited to have a sample of that. So that is my sample of Colonel Brandon. And now we will switch to my notebooks, which I'm very excited about. So I have 3 notebooks here. I have 2 from the Tea House collection, which are these, and this one from Waypoint. I can tell by the feel and the hand of them. So this is Waypoint Roadrunner, which is a brown leather with green undertones. So it's going to have, as you can tell, a little bit of green kind of tones in the pull-up, but it is gorgeous. This one is very, very smooth. It does not have big fat puffy pebbling. It has a little bit of pebbling on the inside, but it is gorgeous. So I do want to show you guys some color comparisons on that as well. I'm actually going to show you next to the Colonel Brandon, just so that you can see that although this does have green color tones to it, it is not green like the Colonel Brandon. Then I'm going to show you in comparison to the other Waypoint colors. So some of these are retired. Rustic Brown, which is a retired color, and Quiet Tan, which is still in their current lineup. This has very red kind of pull up on it, but the actual base of the color can be slightly different. So although the pull up on this one is still has that kind of tan red color to it, it's not as red as this one, but these are both from the Quiet Tan color. I'm gonna move those out of the way. This is Rich Caramel, which is also retired, so you can see the difference in that. And this is their newest color besides the Roadrunner that is in the brown neutral colors, and this is Open Road. This is a very grayish color. It is a gray beige. It has beautiful pull up in a gray color, and you can tell when you put them next to each other that they're not really even close to the same color. They do have the same, I guess, soothing tone to them, or to me, they're very calm, relaxed tones. But next to each other, you can tell that this one is more green, whereas this one is more gray or beige. And inside, you can see significant difference between the gray of this one and then the brown of this. So I hope that helps a little bit. I also wanted to compare this, the Roadrunner, to Sojourner's newest, one of their newest colors, which is Eli, which is called a brown with green undertones as well. And it is a soft leather, similar but not the same as Waypoint, but you can see it is green. It has way more green color to it than the Roadrunner does. You can, when it's next to other things, it doesn't look as green as it does when it's next to browns, but it is still a very green brown notebook, whereas this does not have as much green to it as this one does. So I hope that helps. I love this notebook, but I really like this too. This is my smoothest Waypoint that I have now, and so I'm kind of excited about that, because although I really like the big fat puffy pebbles, like this is one of my favorite ones, you can see that my other ones all have a lot of pebbling. Oh, here's my favorite. Look at that. But these have a lot of pebbling and texture to them, whereas this one is very, very smooth. And so that is a variation that you can get in the Waypoint leather. You could get one that has big fat puffy pebbles or tight little pebbles, or one that is completely smooth, but it is a little less common to get a completely smooth one, and I am excited to have a Waypoint in my collection that is smooth. So that is my Road Runner. It's gonna make it hard to decide which notebook I'm gonna use next month. Let's see. So these are both Tea House. Oh, wow. This is the Americano, which is like a dark espresso color. It has some fine lines in it. A little bit of scarring in there. It's very pretty. And this is Chai, which is basically the cut up color that Darcy Buttered Rum was, which is now retired. And it is so pretty. So you'll notice that this one is matte. It doesn't have like a lot of shine to it because it's not glazed. That is the norm for the Tea House collection. But when they received this one, they had glazed it and they decided to keep it. And so this one is shinier, but because of that, it won't change color as much, but it's also going to scratch more easily than the rest of the Tea House collection and age a little bit differently. The Tea House collection is known for being less susceptible to scratches and aging really fast. It gets dark spots on it where it gets constant rubbing. And so you can see like on my chamomile where the elastic rubbed, it got this nice pretty dark spot on it. And so it'll get, you can see there where my pen clip made a little dark spot. So it will get those nice dark spots on it and it will age really, really fast. The Americano is not going to age as fast because of the glaze. I'm going to do a little comparison in the color for you, showing you these. I'm going to do Chai first. Someone had wanted to see Chai with Fergus, with chamomile and buttered rum. I don't really know exactly why, but I was going to show how distinctly different those are. So there's Chai, Fergus, chamomile, and this is buttered rum. So that is the difference in those. But I'm going to pull these away because I wouldn't have normally compared those. So this is buttered rum. This is Chai. This has been used, so it has patinaed some, so it is a little bit darker than it was when it started. But this is a little bit lighter than this one was on day one, but not a lot. You can kind of see the original color up under there. But you can see this one has shine because it was glazed and it did scratch easily. This one will darken quicker than the buttered rum did. So that is a comparison to buttered rum. And this is a comparison of it to patina. So this is a retired leather. It is what they use for their hand-tooled leathers, but they are hand-dyed. So this is a raw leather. And so you can see the color on these is quite similar. I love the patina leather. It is super soft and it ages so well and it's just so gorgeous. And so I was very excited when they released Chai because to me it is very similar, but it should age even faster, which is awesome. So that is the Chai comparison. And just in case you were wanting to see it, this is Tea House, Earl Grey, which is the same color as Mr. Darcy Austin, which is also the same color as the Darcy Toffee was. This one has aged quite a bit since I've had it. You can see where it's darkened from the elastic and it's gotten some nice love. But this is how dark the Earl Grey has gotten since I've had it. This will darken and can ultimately get this dark, but it'll take a while, but it will darken quite a bit. So that is the Chai and its comparison. And now I'm going to show you the Americano comparison. So this is Americano and this is it compared to Evanwood. So they are very similar in depth of color. They're both very, very dark. But this has purple plum undertones. I'm not sure if you can see that in the video, whereas this is more a chocolate brown color. So that is a comparison of those. And then This is a Bennett, which does have some varying levels of darkness to them, but this is my Passport Bennett, so that's what I grabbed to compare. But you can see that the Bennett is much warmer in color than the Americano, and the Americano is very, very dark. This is a different Bennett, just for comparison. This one was a lighter chocolate color. This one is a little bit darker, but still, as you can tell, significantly warmer than the Americano is. And then this is Claire, and you can see that they're quite different. They have a lot of the same tones, but the Americano is obviously significantly different. So that is my comparison of the new leathers and my unboxing. I am very excited for my new notebooks. I think they are absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna have to decide which one I'm gonna use first. I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing. If you have any questions about any of the leathers that I showed or any of the new leathers, please don't hesitate to comment below. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss future videos, including my B6 Slim Folio unboxing, and don't forget to just scribble.